a man whose name alone terrified entire kingdoms, a ruler whose enemies begged for death before facing him. Vlad III, known as Vlad the Impaler, inspired the legend of Dracula. But behind the blood-soaked stories lies a truth darker than any myth. This is the untold story of the real Dracula and the shadows of his reign. Welcome to the Obsidian Vault, the place where history hides its darkest secrets. In this channel, we uncover tales that textbooks omit, empires that hid their crimes, and rulers whose true stories are far more terrifying than legend. Today, we delve into 15th century Wallachia, into the life of a man who became a nightmare, not for fantasy, but for reality itself. Vlad III was born in 1431 in the shadowed lands of Wallachia. His father, Vlad II Dracula, was a knight in the Order of the Dragon, a secret society sworn to defend Christendom. But Wallachia was a land of constant betrayal, political assassinations, and war. To secure his loyalty, Vlad II sent his sons, Vlad and his younger brother, to the Ottoman Empire as political hostages. Imagine as a child being surrounded by men whose only value was whether you could be used to control kingdoms. Surrounded by fear and witnessing brutality daily, Vlad's childhood was a crucible of terror. Some historians argue that this period planted the seeds of the cruelty he would later wield. Returning to Wallachia as a young man, Vlad claimed the throne. His method of consolidating power was extreme. He impaled his enemies on stakes in public squares in front of entire villages. Some cities reportedly saw thousands of victims lining the streets. Soldiers, thieves, corrupt nobles, none were spared. One of his famous messages to enemies: "Those who defy me will see no mercy, their cries will echo in eternity." And his enemies, indeed, fled in terror, spreading his reputation far beyond Wallachia. But was Vlad a monster, or was he a ruler using fear as a weapon? History suggests it was a blend of both survival instinct and psychological warfare. Centuries later, the legend of Dracula transformed Vlad into a vampire, immortalized in books and movies. But the truth is even darker than fiction. Contemporary chroniclers described forests filled with human spikes, cities terrorized by fear, and enemies fleeing before they were even attacked. Yet much of the bloodthirsty tales were also propaganda by rivals, foreign envoys, and even Vlad himself. While myths exaggerate the supernatural, the reality is chilling enough. Vlad's cruelty was deliberate, public, and strategic, a tool to control a fractured kingdom. Why impalement? Beyond punishment, it was psychological domination. Entire populations learned through fear what obedience looked like. Psychologists today argue that his childhood trauma, political instability, and constant threats shaped a man who weaponized terror. Vlad the Impaler was a master of fear. He understood that legends travel faster than armies, and a reputation for cruelty could protect a kingdom without fighting a battle. Vlad the Impaler's legacy is complicated. In Romania, he is remembered as a hero who defended his lands against invaders. Abroad, he is a symbol of unimaginable cruelty. His name inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula, yet reality was far bloodier. Thousands of impaled victims, forests lined with stakes. These are not myths, they are historical facts. A man shaped by trauma, politics, and survival instincts, whose story still haunts history today. The shadows of history are full of men and women whose deeds are too dark for textbooks. Here at the Obsidian Vault, we uncover these lost chapters and reveal the truth behind the legends. Subscribe and hit the bell to explore history's hidden horrors with us. Comment below, which dark historical figure should we unlock next?